Good morning. How y'all doing? You know, I'm very respectful of the fact that you guys are just coming out of meditation. So I don't want to go into something that's like really raucous and rambunctious when I first start. So I know what that feels like. A real buzzkill, you know. In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am. I let go of fear and worry. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when I seem to have lost my way, I go inside and quiet my mind, and I can hear Spirit gently say that there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. Well, I have been working on a new CD, my first CD in 4 years. And it's almost done. As a matter of fact, one of the songs from the new CD I've done here a few times. It's called Into This Place. Love Has Come. That one, that's on the new CD too. But there's another song on it that's called, well, there's quite a few, but there's another one called Lean Into You. And it sort of takes me back to my gospel roots because I was born and raised in Detroit, and I was baptized at New Harmony Baptist Church in Detroit, Michigan. Yes. I didn't have a choice. But the new song is Lean Into You, and let me see if I can remember it. It goes like this. Looking back on this life, I'm filled with gratitude. I've come so far, and it's all because of you. So I testify, each word is true. Every time I was tired of trying and about to break in two, I lean into you, lean into you. No matter what I'm going through, your love is what I hold on to. I lean into you, lean into you. On your rock I stand, all of the ground is just sinking sand. Every time my turn was taken, every time I'd been mistaken, every time my heart was breaking, every time I was shaken deep down inside, I always knew some way, somehow, I was going to make it through if I lean into you, just lean into you. Something like that. I've never done that live before. I've only sang that on a mic in the studio, never played it before, but that's how it goes. I just felt like I needed to share that with you a little bit. And there's a few songs on there that actually were inspired through my time spent here at CSO St. Augustine, driving through the forest. I drive for an hour and a half here every Sunday. And a lot of times I write lyrics and I think of songs, and a few of those songs are on this CD. So it's going to be officially released on October 1st digitally, iTunes and Amazon and all that kind of stuff. And then November 1st, it'll be, the actual CDs will be available. So that's enough of my commercial. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you've been here before. If you haven't and you're new, welcome. And for those of you who are here regularly, this is just a reminder. No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come, love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. If there's some kind of trouble or pain you're going through, know that you are not alone, and someone cares for you as an individualization of divine point of view. This door, oh, this door right here is open for you. Oh, this door, I'm talking about this door. I said this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. Welcome. And now, my brothers and sisters, would you please help me welcome our spiritual leader, the Reverend Dr. Ken Wilcox.
Some would find that a lot awkward, but hey. So we're glad you're here. We're glad you're here knowing that we come together to open that door that Eddie was talking about. That door of more love, of more joy, of more happiness, more peace, all those things that make us feel alive. And to get to that place, I ask you only do one simple thing each Sunday morning. That's to leave all your troubles, your fears, your would-haves, your could-haves, your should-haves, leave all that stuff outside. And for the next 45 minutes or so, to open up an avenue of spirit possibilities in your life. And what are spirit possibilities? They're for more love, more joy, more happiness, more laughter, more friendship, all those things in life that make us feel alive. Because that's what spirit is doing through you. That's what it's doing through me. Showing up, recognizing itself through our love and joy and laughter. So know you're in a great place this morning. And Spirit is going to recognize and reward you abundantly. So to get this good feeling going, I can't think of any better way than some amazing music from our friend Eddie Watkins Jr. Eddie, what do you have for us this morning?
If you feel like standing up, please do. And clap your hands right here. There you go. This is what I want you to do. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. Woo! Woo! Take a look at the person next to you. Say, God loves you and I love you too. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, from every walk of life, every creed and color, in kinship we unite, in honor of the God in each other. Ooh, take a look at the person next to you. Say, namaste, I bow to you. Ha! Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. Oh, we come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. Come together in the name of love. We come together. We come together. We come together in the name of love.
Oh, thank you, Eddie. We come together in the name of love. And maybe even if you're joining us online, you can still feel that energy, that loving energy, that positive energy, that we're coming together to know something better for ourselves, each other, the world. That we're not here to live in dread and lack and limitation. We're here as outlets of the divine goodness, the divine joy, the divine love. We're here to be that burst of God energy to make the world a better place. And I can't think of anybody that can do an affirmative prayer and make that and put that energy into word than our own wonderful Brenda. Brenda, come on up and do a reading and treatment for us.
I noticed you didn't try to pronounce my last name.
No, I
today.
did not.
It's a difficult one. It's sensits. Well, it's really not difficult. If you ignore the C's, it's very simple. Sensits. But anyway, I'd like to first of all say good morning to our online viewers. Welcome. Good to have you for this opening affirmative prayer, and welcome to everybody here. So I'll start with a reading. It's actually a poem called Create Today. It's written by Darlene Parnell. What is it we will create today? With how we show up and the words we say, with what's in our heart, with the thoughts in our mind? What will we create? When we choose to be kind, when we radiate love deep from our heart, we create a place where miracles start. What is it we will create today? Let it be love with the words we say. Radiate joy, see good everywhere. Allow your thoughts to be ones of prayer. What is it we will create today? Heaven on earth, love is the way. So let's just take a couple of deep breaths. And as I say this affirmative prayer, just know that it is a truth that I speak. There is one divine, intelligent presence in the universe. I call it my spirit partner. There are many names for it throughout the world. And I know that it is an expression it expresses through me, it expresses as me, it expresses for me. And for that, I just feel wonderful. I feel its presence all around me. I feel it in me. And my spirit partner and I are together in creating what will be today. It will create with me through my thoughts, my words, my heart, my time and my talent as well. And with these creations, I will serve myself, I will serve others, I will serve this Center for Spiritual Living, which is so important to me, to be here with these wonderful people, all of you, online and here present. Because here I get my uplifting messages from Reverend Ken. I get the inspirational music from Eddie Watkins Jr. I get the love from all of you. I am so grateful for this knowing. And I release it into the laws in mind, knowing that it's already manifesting, that it understands my intentions, and it's bringing the guidance and the wisdom and those things that I need to know what to create today with my spirit partner. And so it is.
Thank you, Brenda.
Satisfy my soul. Let the new day begin. Let the evening roll. Let the big sky in. Satisfy my heart. It's so good to feel satisfy my soul, take away the pain. Something's got to end to begin again. Satisfy my heart, 'cause it's so good to feel the love that's all around, and all the hurts will heal. Oh, feeling, every feeling is wishing every wish you have come true. Feeling, every healing that's about to come to you. Satisfy my soul. Let the new day begin. Let the evening roll. Let the big sky in. Satisfy my heart. 'Cause it's so, so good to feel the love that's all around, and all the hurt will heal. Oh, this is what my heart needs to feel. Every day I know this is what our hearts need to feel. I know. This is what our hearts need to feel. Every day, oh, this is what our hearts need to feel.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eddie. I love that. Satisfy our souls. That's what we're doing here. And how can our souls be satisfied? We've all had this eternal longing. The only thing that's going to satisfy it, Jesus said, the water from the well. And that's the relationship with Spirit. That's to know that we are loved by the Creator and that we've got some energy, we've got some power flowing through us, that we're here for a purpose. And that purpose is to know how much we are loved. That's the reason we're here. Now, my talk this morning is on the divine within, knowing that Spirit is within us, that God is within us, that good is within us. I hear people say, I have a trouble with the word God. Just replace it with good. Same thing. Good is within us. It's at the core of our being. And we don't have to go looking for it outside ourselves. It's that which is in us, which is speaking our best ideas to us. Ideas of how to bring more love, more joy, more creativity. This is how Spirit speaks to us. A couple of years ago, well, it's probably been 20 years ago now, there was a book that kind of got me going on New Thought. It was Conversations with God, Neil Donald Walsh. He did they're lovely books. Now, if you want to have your own conversation with God, and that's exactly what I would encourage you to do, have your own conversation with Spirit. And the best way is to start out with a question. And that question can be, how can I bring more love in my life? How can I be a source of this goodness? And how can I make the world a better place for my having been here? And the ideas that you will hear, those are coming from Spirit. It's the easiest way for Spirit to speak to us. It's easier, it's done all the other tricks, sending angels to us, having a voice come out of a burning bush. And what happens when those kinds of things happen to us, the majority, we run around like Donald Duck. We can't handle that kind of intimate event. And so long ago, Spirit realized that we can more easily handle if it will just give us the best ideas for ourselves. how we can live in more love and joy and laughter. And I see this often happening in my own practice, especially with my talks, when I'm writing my talks. I'll start off on Thursday writing the talks, and I'll work on them Friday, Saturday, even Sunday morning. And sometimes even on Sunday morning, an idea will come to me, and it's like a puzzle. One of those puzzles where they all fall together. An idea, a missing piece will come to me, and I will suddenly realize that there was a pattern there all along. It wasn't a pattern I came up with, but you can see it all like a mosaic. It all fit together. There had been a pattern that was there even before I recognized, or even as I was working on it. It was almost like there was something agreed upon before I started it all along. So this is Spirit. This is Spirit showing up. When we can recognize this force of Spirit, one thing to how to identify it is always loving. It's not condemning. It doesn't condemn us or anyone else because it's intelligent to know that that condemning just gives more energy to what we're trying to improve. That condemning has never helped anybody. It only makes people more frightened and fearful and angry. And Spirit is too wise to impose that upon us. Spirit is an undivided and indivisible whole. We used to teach the kids there's not a spot where God is not. And that means that the very core of us is a wonderful and beautiful idea. And we can have that idea just as we are. We don't have to become all saintly or perfect. Right as you are, right as I am, we have access to all the wisdom of the universe, of how to live in more love and joy, how to be more healthy, how to be more prosperous, how to have more friendship and laughter, all the great things of life. What this experience is wanting to show us. Now, how many of us, rather than stay focused on that, stay focused on the turmoil of life? How many people do you know who can give you the exact viral count of load of the COVID in our area? Know every single thing about it. How many people know exactly where the Hurricane Sam is approaching and what paths it's coming to us? And it's okay to be informed about what's going on in your life. You just don't want to be obsessed about it. And if you find yourself getting obsessed, be sure to bring in something good. Be sure to look beyond your fears and say, what can I bring in to raise my vibration? If you're looking for something, I have a wonderful recommendation. It's a series on Netflix. It's called Love on the Spectrum. Do yourself a favor and tune it in. It's a series from Australia, and what it is that they're a group of young adults, and they all are dealing with autism. They're on the spectrum of autism, and guess what? They want to find love. It's the biggest thing in their lives. They're desperate to have love in their lives. And there's a coach, and she coaches them on how to have a relationship, and it is the most heartwarming, loving thing you can see. Love on the Spectrum. It will lift your vibration. It will lift your willingness to see life as a loving proposition, and it will do you a deal of good. So we want to make sure, particularly as we go into this challenge, that we have things in our lives, people in our life, music, creativity, to bring that love into our lives, to lift our vibration. Because I don't have to tell you, the world, the news media, the pharmaceutical industry, the church, the politicians, they exploit our fears and doubt. They want to tell us that we're not good enough to know how to get through life and how to have a lovely life. Especially, you can see this in organized religion. They want us to feel that there's a mark of sin on our souls, that there is essentially nothing good within us, that we have to have a rebirth to have any kind of a hope of a relationship with Spirit. I talked to a relative of mine, and she has a very fundamentalist approach to spirituality. And I was telling her, why don't you try a little bit of meditation in the morning? Because she's very upset with what's going on in the world right now. Try a little bit of meditation. Just quiet your mind and just stop that voice. And she was like, oh my goodness, I never do that. She said that would be a sure way to open up my soul to evil influence if I would quiet my mind. I didn't want to tell her that her talking is an evil influence on a lot of other people. And I did make the suggestion that the really aggressive and negative news channel that she watches 24 hours a day, that might be a influence of not a high vibration. But I let that slide by too, because she's not going to hear it. And instead, I just put a better idea about her in consciousness. That's what I can do right now. So we have to be careful of what kind of energy is flowing into us. And we have to know that we're better than that. Now, Dr. Holmes, the founder of our teaching, he said that Spirit would never have created us in bondage to live in bondage. He said that idea would be offensive to the idea of a loving God, that we are bound in ignorance and doomed to stay bound in ignorance. That doesn't honor a loving parent. So we want to be more forgiving of ourselves and to know that Spirit can take what we thought was a mistake. Spirit can take what you thought was a sin and turn it into a great blessing. God is not done with us yet. We may give up on ourselves, but Spirit never does. I have a wonderful friend. He used to be a minister, and he grew up in a large Catholic family out in the Midwest, Iowa. And the whole family worked in the family convenience store / grocery store. You know, it's one of those places out in the country that you can buy most anything. And he said that as soon as you got up to about 5 or 6, that you were given a job in the family grocery store. He said the whole family worked in the store. And he said when he turned 5, the job they gave him was to crawl underneath a cutout behind the cash register. The wall there had a cutout, and underneath that cutout was the dirt floor basement, crawl out really is what it was, and they would throw all the glass bottles. Most of you young people don't remember that, but sodas actually came in glass bottles, and you had to take them back to the store to get a refund. And so what they would do is they just take the bottles and throw them in this cutout, and he would have to crawl in the cutout on Saturday morning, when he wanted to be watching cartoons, and sort out the bottles. Now, it was easy to get the Cokes and the Pepsis and those kinds of crates full, but the Mr. Frosty, that was a root beer flavor, or there was another one called Wink. You know, the odder ones, it was difficult to get them, and enough of them you could fill up a crate. And so this little 5-year-old who wanted to go watch Bugs Bunny on TV, he would take the ones that he couldn't get enough of and throw them in the back, further back, because his dad would look in the cutout to see if there was anything left, and if he didn't see any bottles, then he could come out to go watch cartoons. And he said that early on, he had such guilt, even as a 5-year-old. He felt like he wasn't doing his share to pull the family along. And he said he had that guilt throughout his whole life. He's now in his 60s. The store stayed in the family, but the city, close by city, has moved out to where they were, and they decided they would demolish the store and pull in a retail center. So he said he got a call from his older brother who's managing all, and he said, Patrick, you won't believe this. He said, we bulldozed the whole thing. He said, we've come upon thousands of thousands of these bottles. And he said, they're the weird drinks that people used to drink, back when we were kids. He said, we're selling them now on eBay. He said, we're bringing in $25 to $50 for every bottle. He said, we got thousands of these. He's like, where do you think they came from, Patrick? And being the youngest kid in a family, he said what all young kids and families get say about everything that they get blamed with. Well, I don't know. Spirit can take what you thought was a mistake and turn it into a blessing. Spirit can help you overcome a challenge you thought you never could overcome and make no thing about it at all. This past week, my health coach had been telling me that I needed to donate blood, that it would help balance something out in my blood system. Now, he was the second person to recommend this to me. So hearing it the second time, I was like, well, okay, consciousness is, this is something in consciousness I need to recognize and I need to handle. The only problem is I'm terrified of blood, particularly my own, when it's coming out of my body. It happened when I was a child. I had it. Unfortunately, I was in a really horrific car accident, when I was around 12. So I've had this the whole of my life, that I just cannot tolerate that idea or to have blood coming out of me. But I decided, well, I got to do this. So I went prepped. I went ready. I had my iPhone there. I was going to listen to some nice music. I was going to get in the groove. I got there. I think the little lady who was handling me, she might have recognized I was nervous or something, but she was a very kind lady. She talked me through the entire process. See, I was there. I was ready to suffer through it on my own, but instead she talked with me the whole time, and before I knew it, it was done. And I guess she didn't realize really that it was any kind of trauma for me at all, or she wouldn't have said one thing to me. There was one thing that almost put me over the edge, and that's when she got me all hooked up. She said, now, don't move around too much. She said, basically, I've put a straw in your vein, so you want to be careful with it. I guzzled down the Coca-Cola they gave me, and I worked through it. The other thing that's interesting about her is that she didn't realize what I was going through. She didn't realize how much of a challenge that was for me. For her, it was a day at the office. But for me, it was handling something that had been with me for 50 years. You don't know when you may be someone's angel in disguise. We don't know. We don't know the challenges people are going through. My teacher, Dr. Schultz, he said, he was from New York. He said that you could walk down any block of New York, and if you could see into the homes and see what people are dealing with, he said by the end of the block, you'd be grateful for your life. You'd be grateful for the challenges that you're facing. We don't know the good that just an act of compassion, a smile may do for someone. My prayer partner who lives in Atlanta, a couple of years ago, she had a serious health challenge. And she had gone to a doctor who had described the prognosis for her, and it was not that good. And coming home, she got stuck in Atlanta traffic, which is a pretty normal event in Atlanta. And she says she's there stuck, and she says she's really just overwhelmed by negativity. And she said there was a woman in the car next to her who just specifically looked for her eyes and smiled at her. And she said that one smile alone gave her the encouragement to go on. We don't know the good that we can be bringing in just with a little kindness and just some compassion. Dr. Holmes says this spirit for goodness is closer to us. It's the very essence of our being, and it's closer to us than our next breath. It's that close to us. With us, there's a creativity, a love, a longing, and a knowing that we can lift our ideas for a better knowing for ourselves, for each other, and for the world. At the core of this, at the core of us, is a great goodness. And giving ourselves over to that goodness is the eternal life Jesus spoke of. That's the eternal life. You see, when we leave this cloak of dust that we wear and we go back into spirit, that part of ourselves that is the loving, that is the compassionate, that is the creative, that we've put our energy into, that part will sustain in spirit, because spirit is forever emanating creativity and love and new ideas, and so we can have life. That energy will continue our consciousness on. If we transition and we've given our life over to turmoil, fear, and anger, those things are fueled only by humanity. And when we cross over into spirit, those things will fade away. Like the shadows fade from the morning sun. There's nothing to sustain them. So the more that we give ourselves over into love and compassion, the more we will have eternal life, because that is God. And that's the energy that we have coming to us. And it seems rather strange that we have a hard time accepting at the core of us there is goodness. We almost have an easier time accepting at the core of us there's something not that good. And the more that we struggle with that not so good, the more energy we give it, the more it becomes reality. And the more you see it out in the world. And then you get into this whole thing of being angry and condemning in the world what you fear about yourself. What you fear about yourself. And we start seeing the evil in the other, never realizing that by doing that, we're giving it more energy. That it's easier to strive for goodness than it is to fight evil. It's easier just to give ourselves over to goodness. Now, our outward search for spirit accumulates in the greatest of all possible discoveries, and that is finding it at the center of our own building, our own life. Life flows from within us. Our great decision is, what do we want that life to be? Spirit will not intervene. That's a choice we have to make. It's not going to make that choice for us. We're the ones who have to decide that we want more love in our life, that we deserve more prosperity, that we deserve health, that we deserve to have wonderful friends, that we deserve great family and a great home and a great job, purpose and meaning, that all of those things we deserve by just the mere fact we are children of the Most High, that our parent loves us and supports us, and that Spirit is waiting for us to step into our power and strength, because only in this way can we see God in all, knowing that the divine presence is in everyone I meet, all circumstances, all situations. Everything is God. And what is it doing? It's encouraging me to know better about myself, to know that I've got a power and love flowing through me. And I can feel this divine warmth and love in everyone I see and proclaim. I am here to be that goodness, to proclaim it for myself, to see it in others, to encourage it in others, to know that the best part of our lives is yet to be, and we are integral for that goodness to show up. Spirit called you by name from stardust. You're important, you're needed, you're necessary. It is through your good work, your love and joy that we're going to bring about a better day, that we're going to bring about a day in sisterhood and brotherhood when we can join hands and know that we've come to life to make a wonderful life, to create more love and happiness. Now is our time, and we have the power and wisdom to do it. Spirit is counting on you. It has faith in you. And this morning, don't you leave this place without knowing that you're powerful, you're loved and wonderful, and a great day is breaking for you and breaking for all of us. This is the truth in our life this morning. It's the truth in mine, and we know that Spirit is waiting on us to step up and move on out to that grand and glorious new day. This is what we've come to do, and Spirit is waiting on you. It's the truth in your life. It's the truth in mine, and so it is. Thank you.
We are creating a world that works for everyone. Yes, we're amazing, and we've just begun to feel the power and the freedom to be who we came here to be, as we discover each other and celebrate humanity. We are creating a world that works for everyone. Yes, times are changing. It's a love revolution as we are walking together. Love is leading the way through the fields of compassion to a world that works for everyone. To a world that works for everyone. As we are walking together, love is leading the way through the fields of compassion to a world that works for everyone. To a world that works for everyone. Yeah.
Thank you, Eddie, because that's exactly what we're doing. We're creating a better world for everyone. That's what we've been called to do. We have so many people around us who are saying, no, that's never going to happen. No, that's not a possibility. We can't all live in peace. We can't all live in prosperity. But see, over 200 years, the world told our nation that a democracy wasn't viable, but yet we proved it wrong. 50 years or more ago, the idea was women can't be work in the workplace. It's going to destroy the family. But we proved it different. 50 years ago, there was a huge push against integration and giving rights to African Americans. I grew up on hearing why that wouldn't work, but it has worked. 20 years ago, they told us you can't have gay people in the workforce. You can't give gay people rights. You can't let them be in the military. You can't let them have marriage. It'll destroy the whole nation. But it hasn't. We're all working towards a better knowing where we respect and love everyone, where everyone is given a chance and a possibility to be the best that they can be. And Spirit is with us. Spirit is encouraging us on. Spirit is here to say, yes, we can do this. We can make a world. And the way we do that here and now is by supporting this center. You see, you look around and you see all the extra room. There used to not be that extra room. And don't get comfortable with it, because there's not going to be all that extra room. There's going to be a time when we have a full choir behind Eddie. There's going to be a time when we have a full youth program. There's going to come a time where we have to go to 2 services because we have so many people wanting to hear this good message. But we need your support till we get there. So take your offering. You can give in 2 ways, and one is in consciousness. That's by your prayer. That's by seeing this place have that great revival. And the other one is coin, money. And place that over your heart. If you're doing the consciousness, you just know that in mind and place your hand over your heart and read with me this affirmation. I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow, and all that I share with life returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. You can put your offering in the box we have there. There's also a number you can text a donation to us. We're very grateful, and we're going to be a wonderful, bright, shining light of God's possibilities. You haven't seen anything yet what Spirit has in store for us. This is my truth. I celebrate it, and so it is.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I invite you to sing along with me. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Thank you, Eddie. So I'm going to close our service today with an affirmative prayer. It's nothing more than praying as Jesus did, praying, believing. I'll do the prayer in the first person, but take it in for yourself. If I say something that works for you, hold tight to that. If I say something that doesn't work for you, just let that part slide by. But just know this truth with me this morning. I know I am blessed. I know I'm a child of the Most High, and I have come to life to experience God's goodness, a Spirit's love, and its support through me by means of me. You see, I have hands, I have a brain, I have feet, and I've come to know and to work towards a better day for us all. I have come to see love and compassion in the eyes of those that surround me. I have come to help lift up my wounded heart and those that I see around me. I have come to know that I am an important and integral part of God bringing a new heaven and new earth to right where I am. There is nothing too hard for God, and there is nothing too good for me. So this morning I lift my eyes up. This morning I leave this building knowing that I am one with Spirit, that I have come to life to experience God's goodness, its love, its joy, its prosperity, that here today that I am powerful. I am not weak and wounded. I've played with those small ideas long enough. I am here to know that I am a victor, not a victim, that Spirit is flowing with me, encouraging me, urging me on every step of the way. And this This morning I see the promised land. This morning I see compassion flowing like milk and honey. This morning I see the sisterhood and brotherhood of our nation and world. God is calling me on, and this morning I am saying yes to it. It's my truth. I celebrate this right knowing, and I release this prayer into the mind of God to do its good and perfect, bold and dynamic work, returning to me multiplied abundantly. And together we say, and so it is. All right, my friends, I'm going to leave you with one last thought. Your life. It's not a problem to be solved. It's a miracle unfolding. So your job this week is to go name your miracle, to proclaim your miracle, and to make it your own. God bless us all. Now let us go be the miracle God is calling us to be. This is Reverend Ken. Until we see each other again, many blessings.
Would you please stand and join me in the peace song? Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with our family in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. God bless you. Namaste.